Hello, Scorpio. Crow Indigo Intuitive Tarot here. We're going to do your weekly read. We're going to do a little different this week. We're going to do 4 or 5 cards from the Wild Unknown Tarot, and then we will do some clarification cards out of the Starman Tarot. Okay, so let's see what we have for you. The 9 of Swords, the Death card reversed, the World reversed, Temperance, and we'll just get one more card for Scorpio, please. This is for Scorpio Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's always kind of, it's always a useful thing to get a bit of a triangulation by watching the videos for your Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. It gives you a bigger picture kind of overview, and if this isn't resonating for you, then perhaps the other readings will. This is a general reading, I should say that, so it won't speak to all of you, but, pardon me, need a sip of coffee there. But if it's not speaking to you, don't try to make it fit, okay? It's not necessarily your reading. There are other recordings on this channel. You can go back, because regardless of when they're read, they really pertain to you when you see them. And I'm not just saying that to get you to watch my videos. I know there's always that concept in the mind when someone recommends you go watch more videos. But the thing is, I believe very strongly that Spirit brings us the messages we need to hear when we need to hear them. And so if you haven't watched those other videos, and you happen to watch one today and it speaks to you, then it is your message. It was meant for you to find it right now. Not when I recorded it before, but now. And so it is relevant. It makes you think. It gives you a perspective. It helps you understand yourself better. That's really the goal of all of these readings. So let's jump in here and take a look, Scorpio, at what we have for this week. We have that 9 of Swords energy. It's really kind of a disturbing card in this deck. I don't know why, but it really bugs me. At any rate, the 9 of Swords energy is this anxiety. You're feeling a little tense about something. You're a little worried. Maybe there is some aspect of your present that is reminding you of something difficult in the past, some trauma that you've gone through. Maybe there's something happening right now that's making you feel guilt about something that happened in the past. At any rate, it's kind of a soup of unpleasant feelings. And the most common aspect of that energy is that you can't sleep well at night. You keep waking up. You're nervous. You're anxious. You're worrying. You're playing things over and over in your mind, Scorpio. The Death card is coming up next, but it's reversed. And in that case, there's a sense that there's this kind of a holding on to something. You're in a bit of a stagnation right now. There's something you need to let go of, and you're not letting go of it. You're holding on to it. And that is further supported by this reversed World card. The World is, it's all about that cycle, a completion, a culmination when it's upright. But when it is reversed like this, it's a delay, an incomplete process, a situation where you haven't gotten closure yet. And in relation to this reversed Death card, what I'm seeing, Scorpio, is there's something that needs to end, but you're not letting it go. And because you're not letting it go, it can't complete. You can't get closure. You can't move on. And so that's not really a great place to be. The outcome of that is this, where you're feeling quite terrible. So what do we have next? We have the Temperance, and this is the most beautiful card, I think, in the whole deck. And it is cautioning you to be patient. It is advising that there is a middle way, and you can find it. You can find meaning in your experience, even the most miserable experience. There is some meaning to be found. And it's also letting you know that there's a real need right now for feelings to flow in relationships between you and other people. And what I'm sensing is that you're holding back from letting the feelings flow, from feeling like this, living in full color vibrancy. You're holding yourself back from it, from that flow of feeling in this first 3 cards here. Lastly, we have the 10 of Wands, really dark card. It is also reversed. So the 10 of Wands is about feeling really burdened. And when it's reversed, that meaning doesn't change so much. It just more focuses on that feeling of being really burnt out. You've been dealing with something for a long time. It's taking a lot out of you emotionally, physically, and it's hard for you to let it go and to delegate it to someone else. But it's really a bad situation right now for you. So I'm seeing a lot of dark. And I'm seeing this one bright spot for you, which is telling me, Scorpio, that you really, you got to resolve this situation. You've got to start letting your feeling flow, in whatever that means to you, in order to get yourself out of this situation where there is no closure and you aren't letting go what needs to be let go. So I was going to ask for clarification on that situation where you're not letting it end and it needs to end. And this just popped up before I could ask my question, but this is the Chariot card. Movement, right? The Spirit's saying you got to move. I think that goes there. That flow of feeling, the further direction that you are needing movement. And so now let's ask about this situation where your Spirit has something to say. I'll just get another card. We'll get a couple of them. Some clarification, please, Spirit, for Scorpio on what needs to end and what is being what is lacking closure. What are we holding ourselves back from ending? We have the Alien card. This is unique to the Starman Tarot, and it means some outside energy coming in and bringing you necessary knowledge. And we have the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups energy is interesting here. It's dissatisfaction or apathy, perhaps. You are feeling disconnected and sort of stuck in your own space of contemplation, as opposed to reaching out or exploring or asking for guidance. So you're stuck in this place, and there's some information out there in the world that you need in order to move forward, but you're not getting it because you're holding yourself back, Scorpio. So maybe we can just ask for one more card. Let's see, how do we want to ask this? Where can Scorpio find the information Scorpio needs to move forward? Who or what or where can Scorpio get the inputs they need in order to start letting feeling flow and get out of this stagnant place? Or maybe what information? Let's see what we have here. The Two of Pentacles. This is juggling your responsibilities, managing them all. It can also be making a choice. So maybe there's a choice you need to make. Balancing your priorities, adapting to change. It can also carry this energy of money or resources of some sort, energy, connections, etc., making themselves available to you for a new project. And since we're asking, where can you find the information you need in order to end this stagnant spot and start emotion flowing? I guess I would read that it's possible it means you need to make a choice about something. If that applies to you, you're going to know the minute I say that what you need to make a choice about. So there's no question. If that's not how that read, if that read does not apply to you, which you'll know, because if when I said you need to make a choice, you knew exactly what I was talking about, then that's your interpretation. If that is not the case, then I would say it's more likely that that interpretation means there is a resource coming into your sphere very soon, Scorpio, and that resource is going to be the source of this information you need. When you have that information, then you can get yourself out of this holding place, and you can put yourself into a spot where you can make a decision and start moving forward, get out of your anxiety, and let the feelings flow in your relationships. Now, this could be a romantic relationship, could be a business relationship, could be a family relationship. There's really nothing in this short read that would indicate to me which one it is, but I'm hoping that you know, and this information has been useful for you. Thank you to those of you who have subscribed. If you have not, please consider like, share, subscribe. It helps the messages get out to more people. And if you happen to know someone who could benefit from this particular reading, please share the video with them so that this message can get to them. I think that's it. I'll see you next week, Scorpio. Blessings.